Hello, this is Erin Matlock with the Career Services Department at Community Care College, and today we are going to talk about career networking. Now, we've all probably heard of networking, and we know that it is basically just people connecting through other people. So you're really networking all the time. Anytime you ask somebody where they get their hair cut, or who they use as a babysitter, or what doctor they see, that's all networking. Career networking, more specifically, however, is about building lasting, mutually beneficial professional relationships that will help you get connected, discover opportunities, and get ahead. We want you to start networking now, and it's very important because over 60% of people have secured their employment through somebody that they know. There are several other reasons why it is important to network, and those include the fact that 80% of jobs are unadvertised. Employers prefer to hire people they know within their own personal and professional networks, and networking definitely helps you gain access to these unadvertised positions. Networking can also help you gain firsthand current information about the world of work to help you develop your job search strategy. It can also connect you to experts who have knowledge of trends and opportunities in your field. And it will allow you to meet interesting, like-minded people who may end up being your future supervisors or colleagues. There are 3 different types of networking that you should use in your networking strategies. The first type is face-to-face networking, and this is used to develop lasting connections with other people. Telephone networking allows you to follow up, obtain information, and initiate face-to-face meetings. Finally, we have online networking. This allows you to reach a large number of people any time of the day. Ideally, your networking strategy will include a balance of all 3 of these types. While professionals who work in your field are definitely part of your network, there are many other people who are also part of your network. First of all, you have community members. So these are individuals who are part of professional or social groups that share common interests with you. They are helpful because they can help provide job leads or networking opportunities. Your relatives and friends and family are all part of your network. They may not work in your field, but they may know someone who does. The people you interact with regularly, like at your place of worship, your gym, salon, sporting events, volunteer organizations, are all part of your network. Instructors are a great part of your network because they stay current in their field and they maintain contacts, so they can offer advice and connections after graduation. Alumni are great contacts because they offer connections or leads, or just general career advice, or they could even be a hiring manager. And finally, your coworkers are great because they might have connections within your current company to help you advance. So far, we've discussed the reasons why it is important to network and the different types of networking, along with the different types of contacts that you have within your network. Now we're going to discuss networking opportunities. The first one we'll discuss is career fairs. It's important to go to these because you can find leads, learn more about your field, and gather information about careers with specific employers. Before you go, you definitely want to do your homework, research the companies, find out more information about them so that you can prepare notes and questions for their representatives. There are usually several career fairs in a given year. Usually a local newspaper, such as the Tulsa World, will host a couple career fairs a year. Also, if you're in Tulsa, Job News Tulsa hosts a few throughout the year. Then there are always the company-specific job fairs. These may be at a main meeting event or just at their facility. And then there are also industry-specific. So sometimes you'll see like a healthcare career fair, for example. We definitely want you to attend career fairs while you're a student and when you're on your job search. They're just great opportunities to learn more about your field and about your potential employers. Professional associations are another great way to develop your professional network. These might include national organizations like the American Association for Medical Assistants or local organizations like the Tulsa County Dental Society. There are several opportunities for every program, and I encourage you to check in with your instructors to find out more about professional associations that you should join. There's a few reasons why we want you to look into professional associations. They give you an opportunity to connect with people in your field. They allow you to explore job leads, gather career advice, or obtain referrals to other helpful contacts in your field. And the great thing about professional associations is that they usually offer student membership rates. Sometimes they're even free, but if not, they're usually pretty affordable. So it's a great way to get to meet people in your field and get to know them and just learn more about your field in general. Now that you know more about networking opportunities, I want to talk a little bit about what we need to do when we're meeting somebody for the first time. This will usually include a handshake, and so I want to talk about a proper handshake. You want to keep your fingers together with the thumb up and open, and slide your hand into the other person so that each person's web of skin between thumb and forefingers touches the others, and you want to squeeze firmly. A proper handshake is firm but not bone crushing, lasts about 3 seconds, and maybe pumped once or twice from the elbow. It's released after the shake, even if the introduction continues, and it always includes good eye contact with the other person and a great smile. I want to talk a little bit about your career networking message. This is included in the conversation that you have with somebody after you shake hands and introduce yourself. Now, there are certain elements that should be part of your conversations with people you're meeting for the first time. Obviously, your full name. You'll want to mention that, of course. You want to talk about the fact that you're graduating from your program at Community Care College, Clary Sage College, or Oklahoma Technical College, and let them know approximately how long until you finish your program. The most important part of this is to tell them what you plan to do after graduation and why. So this may be you want to go into your field, you want to continue your education, whatever that may be. And then you explain why. It might be because you want to gain experience in a specific area, because your passion is in that area, or talk about your long-term career goals. Basically, you want to be very specific when you're describing what you want to do and why. This is your chance to leave a very memorable impression on someone, so you want to make the most of that opportunity. Finally, don't forget to ask for their business card and offer yours to them. Some other things that you can include in this conversation include your GPA, information about your externship if your program includes an externship, achievements, projects, etc. So you may only have a short amount of time to talk with somebody, but it should be a conversation where you transition back and forth between each other. One way to do this is to ask open-ended questions. This will also help you establish rapport with that person. An open-ended question is a question that cannot be answered with yes or no. So something like, what do you do? How did you get started at your company? Tell me about a time when. Or what do you like most about your job? These are all open-ended questions that show we're interested in that person. So in this situation with your career networking message, you may say something like, after you exchange names, you may say, it's nice to meet you. What do you do? So that's just an example of how you can use these open-ended questions to transition between the different parts of this conversation. Now that you know about the different types of networking, you can identify the different types of people in your network, and you know how to introduce yourself, I want to talk a little bit about the next steps that you'll take. You want to think about who you know. We've included as a handout for this module a worksheet so you can develop a list of your contacts. You'll definitely want to make time to connect with people and grow your network. So this will include things like calling or sending emails, attending professional and social events, volunteering, and not being afraid to go up to somebody and shake hands and introduce yourself. Okay, so once you've connected with people, you want to make sure that you follow up and build relationships with them. So you'll want to schedule time to call or email them, go to lunch, or meet up at events, whatever's appropriate for that person. But the main thing is that you want to take the time to get connected and build relationships with people to help grow and develop your network. Up to this point, we've discussed different ways to utilize the face-to-face and telephone types of networking. Now we're going to discuss online networking or social networking. There's two websites that we want you to think about when you think about social networking. The first one is LinkedIn, so it's www.linkedin.com. We want you to create a professional profile on this website so that you're able to get in touch with industry experts, find out about job leads, connect with current and former classmates or colleagues, and stay involved with those professional associations we discussed earlier. And most of us are aware of another website called Facebook. Employers use Facebook to advertise openings with their companies, network with potential candidates, and check profiles of potential hires. So you definitely want to make sure you review your profile and ensure that it's professional. So you want to use a conservative photo. The written portion of your profile should be brief and simple, and it should focus on professional and career-related background. You also, most importantly, want to be careful about what you say and how you say it. A lot of employers use Facebook to learn more about potential candidates, and you don't want to put out any bad vibes that might keep you from getting a job.